Hello and welcome to North Wilkesboro. My name is Justin. I'm the owner of Team 53 and I partner with Coach Dave Academy to bring you this week's Learn to Drive video for late model stocks at North Wilkesboro as part of iRacing's 2025 Season 4 Week 6 official series. Hard to believe we're already kind of hitting that halfway point of the season, so if you guys can, make sure you like and subscribe. It does a ton to help our channel. We just finished up a season of go-kart racing for my daughter, and we're looking to get started on next season. So if you guys have a business, you want to get their name out there, get it on our stream, have their logo spinning on all of our videos, whatever it might be, make sure you reach out to us. Should be a link in the description below to our Facebook page where you can get in touch with me. So let's head out here. North Wilkesboro is the new version, so no more of the 87 North Wilkesboro. It's going to be the brand new version that they'll be racing on. If you watch Cars Tour races, I believe they were here this last weekend with their program. So pretty good track for everything. So I've already run a race here in, I believe, Sarah, late model stock, the Contender Series, and we really kind of struggled with too free of a setup. So one of the things that we did was kind of went back to the drawing board and really focused on getting the car to be a lot tighter. So a lot of you guys that kind of have our setups frequently, you already kind of know how the car normally feels. This car is going to feel a lot tighter than what we normally have. And it's just because we never got the car to free up or never got the car to tighten up before. It just kept getting freer and freer and freer. So definitely made some changes here. I'm hoping that that will work out really, really well for us. But if you guys are struggling with it being too tight, I'd look at right rear spring going up, going down, and maybe some right rear track bar to kind of help out. But let's head out for qualifying like we always do. We will warm up our tires and get ready to roll here. If you guys are not tire heating, you're definitely leaving some speed on the table. It definitely helps out. Usually about a half a tenth to a tenth. Just kind of varies. But we'll get going here. Lap 2 is going to be our hot lap. If you're looking to get into sim racing and need a PC, my friends at 007 PCs, definitely the place to be. Join the Team 53 Discord, send Jacob a message through there. He'll get you hooked up. He's got maybe 10 years of experience on sims. Won't sell you more than what you need, and I think that's the big thing, especially if you're starting out. But start finish line here. I like to have my right side tires right here along this concrete here at North Wilkesboro. So that usually works out pretty well for me. We're going to go down the front stretch here, and you can see I'm just starting to kind of glide the car into the corner. And then as this wall turns, that's really where we're going to start to steer with that steering wheel. We drive it in, and then right as you're getting past this Coca-Cola Xfinity on the inside of the track, that's where we're going to lift. Kind of going past that stoplight there within the cockpit. Here's kind of where it looks like. On my left monitor, I can still kind of see the inside wall there, but it does start to diminish. The safer barrier kind of goes away in the A post. And once you've kind of lost that, that's really where you want to lift and brake. Starting to come back into focus for me on the left side there. So we'll go into the corner. We use a little bit of brake just to set that nose and kind of get this car slowed down. I like to arc it in and just kind of park my right side tires right there on that dash line and then kind of let the car drift up a little bit in center and then get a really good drive off on exit. With the old track, you'd really focus on keeping it low. This newer version of it, you don't necessarily have to keep it quite as tight. You can let it kind of drift up here a little on corner exit and it seems to do okay for you. So bring it up here. Nice and tight here down the back stretch. Again, right side's in that concrete just like we did down the front stretch. Turn in right here about the pit cone where that hits. That seems to be a really good turn in. And then you're going to lift a little just past where the water barrels here at the end of the straightaway end. So we go into that corner, get this car down nice and low in the corner. There's a little bump like center of the corner that as you feel that, and you'll feel the car kind of unload a little bit. Once you get through that bump, that's really where you want to just let the car settle, get full throttle here about midway through that corner, and then just a nice drive off, get you a 313 lap. I've no doubt you're going to see some twos, probably some high ones by the end of the week. Definitely with people working on their laps and their lines, they're definitely going to have that dialed in. So just kind of be ready for that here as we get ready for that. But let's go inside the car, presented by our friends at Overdrive Racing Oils and Lubricants. If you're looking to do your own oil, if you've got a race car, you need oil, lubricants, etc., head on over to our friends at Overdrive Racing Oils and Lubricants. The link is in the description of the video below. So here's your lap. There you go. Decent lap there. Race laps. Let's just kind of talk about that. So race laps here, 90 laps, just trying to kind of keep the car underneath you and keep it as smooth as possible. First couple laps, it's going to feel a little bit free, but then as you go, the car is going to tighten up and it's not going to feel quite as free. I do remember from the National Tour race, it was incredibly difficult to pass, mostly because we're all just running the same gear with similar setups, running the same line. So you really have to set up those runs, wait for somebody to maybe get. A lot of guys were getting loose entry to center of 3. That seemed to be a really good passing point when people would kind of drive it in there and the car would kind of unload, where I was talking about that in the qualifying trim. They'd get a little free and you just kind of wait and you go with it. So if you're looking to race this week, you don't qualify on pole, second, third, you're really going to be at a disadvantage and just waiting for runs. The other big thing that I remember too is that we could do a little bit of bump drafting down the straightaways here. So, I've been talking with my daughter when she races go-karts a lot too about getting on throttle when you need to and just kind of waiting and watching for them to be predictable. So if you're going into the corner and you see that car is getting bigger in front of you, you might want to look at backing off a little bit. But then on exit, if you're getting close to them and then you're waiting to get back on throttle until you start to see them pull away from you, it's really too late for you at that point. You've really got to do a good job of figuring out where their throttle point is and predicting it, and just getting on throttle when you need to and driving up with them. Because if you're sitting there waiting, it's just like I said, they're going and then you're going. These cars are very momentum based. It'll just be too late for you. So that'll be something to kind of watch for this week as well. Pain points, here. I feel like exit of the corners with the setup we have now, it's going to be a little tight. But we kind of had that set up for a reason, and that's to keep the car underneath you, which was something we really felt like we lost in Sarah when we ran here. So just kind of keep that in mind. Here's your running. Be patient with your right rear. Keep that underneath you. It's 90 laps at North Wilkesboro, which is no easy feat. There's going to be wrecks. There's going to be cautions. You're going to make up some space just from guys wrecking out, and just kind of be ready for that. So if you guys have made it all the way through this 8-minute video, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Follow all of our partners. Links in the description below. And then, like I said, if you're looking to do anything for 2026 racing-wise, sponsorship-wise, even the remainder of 2025, we can get you guys on the streams, the YouTube, all that kind of jazz, and we'll see you guys in the next video.